What I said about Toronto in the last video, boy howdy. Never underestimate your opponent because, baby, what a game. Welcome to the Max Footy Pod. Yo, what's good with it? It's your boy Cypher C in the place to be from the MLS side of things of Charlotte FC. Baby, last night's game was just straight back and forth. We had the lead, they caught us. We had the lead again, and then we had on a breakaway, and then they caught us again twice. If you did not see last night's game, don't worry, I'll have the stats. I'll have everything posted right at the end of the video or during the video. But baby, Toronto, I told y'all, Toronto's tough. Toronto FC is tough. And I knew what kind of game it was going to be. But at first, I was going to say, damn, Toronto didn't bring their A game at all. Because, in the first minute, in the first few minutes of the game, my boy Aloko, I hope I ain't butchering his name, got a goal. And then one of the Toronto's players who has the longest last name I've ever heard came back and got us. And I was like, okay, we got ourselves a game because it was an even playing field, dude. There was nothing about that game that was bad. There was nothing about it, unless we're going to get towards the end when I'm talking about, but it's fine. We'll get there when we get there. But baby, breaking down that, just the goal to goal, it was 1-1. We get into about maybe the 50th minute to the 55th minute. My boy Gorno decided, hey, enough's enough. We're not going to stay tied up. We're going to hit another goal on Toronto. And there has start. We had a good 2-1 start. We had a great run. We were playing defense. Everything was looking good and crystal clear. Defense was doing their job. The midfielders doing their job. But, man, along with that goal, unfortunately, Toronto had a red card called on them, baby. Woo. You know about them red cards, man. Them red cards are never no good. So, right after that Gorno goal, they got a red card. Somebody on Toronto was big mad, baby, but that's all right. Not everybody's here to play the game, but we did. We get to the board of the back and forth, no score, no goals. Defense is tough on both sides of the spectrum, on the aspect. My man De La Torre, my man Abada, Pep, everybody was just chipping in where they can help out at. Even had, Westwood doing what he could do. And then all of a sudden we get down to the 73rd minute, 75th minute. My boy Kessler, Alan Kessler, said, we're going to make it 3-1. And that should have been the game. We were on a 3-1 run. We had this game in the bag. But somewhere along the line, baby, we just ran out of fucking gas. We ran out of gas. We got tired. We got exhausted way too quickly because Toronto will bring out the best in anybody. A lot of people sleep on Toronto FC, and I told you last video, they were tough. I knew exactly what we were going to get into, and man, we was on that 3-1 win, but when that defense is lacking, baby, it lacks. It lacks bad. We were completely exhausted. And then right about the, maybe, I want to say in the same aspect, maybe the 90th minute. No, it was maybe that. I want to say it was in between 70 and 90 minutes. They scored another goal on us. And then around about the time the game was getting ready to end, they scored another goal. Making it a 3-3, a tiebreaker. And the game would go into overtime to go to 102 minutes, baby. 102 minutes because we had a 7-minute, overtime to see who can duke it out. But by that time, both teams were exhausted. Both teams were exhausted, but defense did not want to get another goal scored on them. Shout out to the Charlotte defense. I don't know what happened between the second and third goals, but y'all made sure damn Skippy they didn't get another one. But that's the thing about Charlotte, man. It's like when they're hot, they're hot. And when they get exhausted, you can tell all gas is not there. Like, we're on E, baby. We're broke down on the side of the road. But eventually, nobody would score a goal. And at the end of the game, after 102 minutes, after overtime, it will be a tie between Charlotte and Toronto. So, what does that mean? We'll go at it again? Maybe. But Toronto, dude, I cannot stop praising Toronto, bro. Like, they are literally one of the toughest teams in MLS league right now. Like, they're tough. Like, and I thought we had this game in the bag because when we scored the second and third goals and it was still 3-1, I was like, all right, this game's over. Ain't no way Toronto's coming back from this. But, lo and behold, man, when you start to think Toronto's down for the count, they prove every time why they are one of the best teams in the MLS league, baby. They came back. They came back with a vengeance. They knew where our weaknesses was. They knew when to strike, how to just play, how to just get the job done. And, you know, it says a lot when you got, like, both teams so head-to-head, so in the same caliber of playing. Like, it blew my mind. It was a very good fucking game. Good fucking game all around. Like, we could have easily lost that game. But we knew what we were up against. We knew who Toronto was going into this, and we damn sure knew, like, hey, we cannot play around with these boys at all because they're an quick minute. They could change the tides of the game and just take it away from us. But I'm telling you, coming off a 3-3 tiebreaker is wild. But I'm telling you now, it makes me nervous for Saturday's game against DC United. Because I know every time we play DC, they end up scoring first. And then we completely come back and take over. But again, DC is one of those teams you don't take lightly either. Because I've looked at the roster on Toronto's side. They got some heavy hitters. They got some strikers over there, baby. They got some true ballers. But so does Charlotte. And for us to, like, keep the momentum going for a long ass time, but right at the end, we get gassed out because, damn, bro, Toronto will make you run. They will make you jump into fifth gear when you have no gas left in the tank, bro. And it's wild. But overall, good game. The stats are going to be posted, definitely. You know they're going to be posted during the video. You know you're going to get another one from me Sunday during the DC United game at 7:30 this Saturday, baby, because you know I'm going to keep them coming. But I got to say, man, Toronto, hats off to y'all, man. Like, at first glance, I took y'all too lightly, and then I forgot, like, oh, man, it's Toronto. They ain't just going to take this laying down, sitting down. No, they came back and said, hey, we're here to play too. And, you know, whatever the case may be, dude, I'm glad it ended in a tie. I mean, I know that don't make sense because ties are worse than losing. And it really is. I'm not going to hold you, but I'm glad it was a tie. I'm glad that, you know, we didn't let them take over early. But I'm mad at the fact that, I guess I shouldn't say mad. I'm disappointed. You know, they gassed us out so easily. Because we was on, like I said, we was on a 3-1 run, baby. Like, we had 3 goals on them. But they came back with a vengeance. And if you haven't seen the game, see the highlights, check them out. Check the interviews, baby. It's crazy. But we got to move forward. We got to keep advancing. Because, this is a different Charlotte team. I mean, I'm not going to lie. After getting knocked out of the League Cup, being eliminated by Los Tozos, I don't know what lit the fire under Charlotte's ass, but, dude, they've been on a tear. This game proves it. And I know what y'all thinking. Like, that don't make sense. They tied with Toronto. Well, you got to look at it. Usually Charlotte is the type of team that takes their time way too long to want to actually act on a play, or they take too long and reveal what they're going to do to the other team, and then the team learns how to capitalize on it. It's like they evolve while they're playing. And I got to say, Charlotte has evolved a lot since the earlier starts of the season. And I listen, bro, don't sleep on Charlotte, because we got more coming. And we're going to have to prove that this Saturday against DC United. There's going to be a review for that. Shout out to Post Mo, Jonathan Beer. Mo's got a lot coming with San Diego FC, with his Spurs in the prelims, with Jonathan Beer, with his Manchester United. They're going to come with a lot of prelim talk. Maybe we can all get together and talk about our teams. But for right now, just stay tuned for that review coming Sunday after I watch the game. But hey, I'm glad y'all are rocking it here with your boy Cypher C on this Thursday. And speaking of Thursdays, make sure y'all go to the Max Wrestling Podcast today on YouTube. Check out El Jefe, Moses Marquez, a.k.a. Post Mo, Jonathan Beer, and the Captain Dazzy Lee. And go check out the beautifully done website at maxwrestlenet.weebly.com. We go live every Thursday because it's a Thursday thing. Catch me on the Max Wrestling Facebook page on Facebook. I don't know why that was hard to come out, dude. Like, my brain is way too fast for my words today. But the Max Wrestling Facebook page on Facebook, make sure you join there. Catch me on Aftermax right after the show. But I had to take a breather because I was excited. I'm excited about this game. I'm still excited. Still got goosebumps of what went down, but don't trip on it. We're hopefully going to keep this fire and momentum going, and we're going to keep this ball rolling. So thank you for joining me here with the review and the recap. We got DC United. I hope DC's ready for us, because we're ready for a fight. Also, I will catch y'all Sunday, like I said, and we'll keep the eye on the trade stuff. We haven't made no trade or transfers or nothing like that yet, but maybe I'll give you a little video on maybe, on something, I don't know. But this is the third one I made this week, so I might give you another little video. You might get 5 from me this week instead of 4, but I will catch y'all later. This is Cypher C, and the place to be, representing Charlotte FC from the MLS side of things. I will catch y'all Sunday.